Hi, and welcome to Real Awkward.
I just feel like I always start the podcast.
You
So I was
do.
just going to put you on the spot, see
That's
if you
fine.
did anything.
It made me
I thought,
uncomfortable.
I thought you might do a jingle.
Nope. I thought about singing the Clapper
Do
song
you
again.
know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
No. You always start because you always have some weird thing.
I know I didn't this time. I wasn't prepared, which
No,
is
you
funny.
just put me on the spot.
I know. I'm going to do it again.
I
We'll
don't
see
like
if you're prepared.
I'm not gonna be.
Guys, welcome to Real Awkward. I'm Andy Case.
I'm Amanda Knickerbocker.
Welcome to the craziest podcast you've ever heard in your life.
Yep, that's exactly what
I
this
mean,
is.
it's probably like mild. I would say if you're going to put us 1 to 10, like a spice of 3, right? Are we like a 3
3
spice?
stars?
3 star.
I don't know.
Wait, how does that spice scale go? Is it 1 to 5?
I think
for
so.
most restaurants.
So
Okay.
then maybe we're a 2.
I don't know.
That's how when I get pad thai, I get 2 stars.
Also, we have our producer, Ashley,
She's got a microphone.
mic'd up.
Hello.
What?
What? You hear that?
You
She's
hear
real.
me?
Yeah, it's
you-
not just
she-
us talking
yeah.
to no one.
You know space. I meant spice.
Yes.
You know spice more than us.
Yeah.
What would you say this podcast is currently spiced at? 1
Well,
to 5.
I mean, different restaurants have different scales.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Some go
Well-
to 4, some go to 5.
Like liquid Thai.
Mm,
Oh.
you're a 2. I would say you're.
That's what I
Oh.
figured, that's what I figured.
Oh. Okay. Let's spice
It's
it up
not
here.
super spicy.
Let's spice it up here. We're going to talk about black market organs today.
I mean, you're not making any noses run or anything.
No,
Yeah. Did you buy a kidney recently?
all the time.
It's only 15,000.
You got 2. I could sell one. I mean,
Yeah. You
I could use the money.
Um, if anybody would like to buy Amanda's kidney, please
talk,
comment
baby.
below. You have PayPal?
Oh, I got PayPal.
Oh, there you go. All
I'd
right,
even download
good.
Venmo for that shit. Somebody asked me the other day, like when I was doing their hair, because apparently cash and debit or credit cards is too expensive or too difficult now.
Because of the
They're like,
cost.
oh, do you take Venmo? And I genuinely did not know what that was. And I was like, I'm
Excuse
old.
me? What?
I looked at her and I'm like, what's Venmo? And she's like an app I can just send you money? And I was like PayPal? She's like, sort of.
I guess that's the same thing or equivalent, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
but I wanted to be like,
if-
why is it so hard for you just to pay me with your debit or credit card?
If somebody was like, hey, can you add me on Snapchat? And you're just kind of like, what's Snapchat?
Oh, I don't know how to use it.
And then they're like Facebook. And then
Yeah.
you're like, what's Facebook?
Right.
And then you're like, MySpace. Oh,
Right.
MySpace.
Yeah. So
Top
no, the-
8. Actually, I was just on a post and somebody was talking about top 8.
Oh God.
You remember top 8s?
Yeah.
And then apparently you could change it to top 12. So if you were having a
Oh.
lot of people bitching about,
That's so stupid.
I can't believe that I'm number 7. I've always been 5 on the top 8.
I remember getting I remember the first time I saw that I wasn't in somebody's top 8. I got a little upset, but then I remember being like, "This is stupid." Like,
Yeah,
this is
it's
stupid.
Really, I mean, that was the original screw job of social media, messing with people's heads.
Oh,
was
sure.
the top 8. Like you literally ranked your friends.
Yeah.
Like your top friend, and then you're like, well, I like him, but not as much as him.
Yeah.
So you would physically move, and everybody did this. You'd look at your top 8, and you'd physically move that friend
Oh, yeah.
down a couple ranks. They haven't called me in a while. Number 4.
I
hope they get
remember-
the message.
I remember that was everybody's first little intro into programming was you figure
yeah.
out how to embed the song.
Yeah, HTML.
Yeah, or you figure out how to change the color of your page.
You could do color background, and you
Yeah.
could have a music, right?
Yeah.
A song. Yeah.
I
And-
had Icky Thump by the White Stripes. That was what I had. It was like, oh yeah.
And you could also find out what type of superhero, animal, vegetable that you would be. Don't
Everything.
you remember there was these embedded questionnaires that you could
Yeah.
go through? So we did it, and I know Mama Mare's listening because she listens to this stuff. So she went on my MySpace and
Uh-huh.
she saw that.
Oh, your mom listens to this?
Yeah.
Hi.
So I did one of these on my MySpace,
Uh-huh.
and for a superhero, and it said you're most likely the Green Lantern. So at our wedding, she had Green Lantern there. Because she's like, I
That's why.
She goes, I thought you liked Green Lantern because of the MySpace.
I genuinely never understood the Green
So
Lantern thing.
yeah, so there's the connection is that she saw that and she was like, oh, it said that you like Green Lantern.
Got it.
Which I didn't.
You're like, I'm a Batman guy.
Well, yeah, and I'm way more Batman, Spider-Man, whatever. But that's what MySpace did is that it would
Sure.
even confuse, like,
I identify as Batman, not
well,
Green
no.
Lantern.
And I'm gonna straight up call out the old folk. I love you guys, but like sometimes my mommy will look at a post and it'll like be like, you posted this 2 years ago.
Sure.
And then she'll send me a message and be like, did you guys just go to the zoo? You're like, no. That was posted like years ago.
Thank God my parents. Well, okay.
But I do the same thing. I'll look at it and I'll be like, Ash, when did we like, was this new? And she's like, honey, it says 2 years ago.
Old
on
man,
it.
it
Yeah.
says.
Yes.
Remember 2 years ago?
See, so it's just going to get crazier with technology. But
See, for me, I just don't. I post a lot on.
Yeah.
I post more on Instagram, but I don't post that much, especially now on Facebook. So I'll get my time hop stuff, and it's like 10 years ago you said this, and I'm like, why?
yeah, what was
What?
my headspace at that
What?
time?
But I mean, you think about it. Like I was 21
Yeah.
10 years ago, like an idiot.
When did you start MySpace?
So you're gonna be like, what were you 21?
Yeah,
10 years ago.
When did you start MySpace?
MySpace?
Yeah.
I mean, probably high schoolish. I know I had a live journal. Like that was like my jam. Was
See,
live journal.
I didn't do live journal, and
Oh
I did.
my.
Did you do live journal, Ash?
Oh yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course she did.
I
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I didn't do that.
I had a live journal. I had an Zenga.
Zanga.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of remember
And
Zanga.
then-
I skipped a lot of this stuff.
And then I had a lot. And then I had a MySpace.
And Photo Bucket.
Oh yeah, but
That's
I
where you would
didn't.
put all your pictures.
Yeah, I had a photo bucket.
bucket.
And then I had. It wasn't until
Wait, so Photo Bucket was the OG Instagram?
essentially
Pretty much.
but it wasn't like
but
you
can't-
scroll.
yeah, and you couldn't post on it, right?
No.
Each picture.
I think
Like
you
you do
could
a
like. I
description?
think you could put a
Oh.
caption or something on the pictures, but not like.
You couldn't
Yeah.
comment on other people's pictures.
I didn't have a Facebook until. I know that like Casey and them all went to WSU after high school, and then I remember Facebook because we were at the college and they were like, "Do you have a Facebook?" I was like, "No," and they're like, "What's for kids in college?" And I was like, "I'm not in college."
But
And
you're a
then-
kid in the college age.
right?
You should
so
join
I didn't have
Facebook.
one. Well, originally it was a college
You
thing.
had to have a college email.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I didn't, and so I never had one. And then it wasn't until years later, because I just didn't give a shit, that people were like, "You should get on Facebook," and then I finally did. But
I think I
don't-
joined. I'm trying to remember when I
I
probably.
remember Tom.
I probably joined MySpace in 2003,
I couldn't tell
and
you.
then I think I had it till like 2007 because I think that was my first Facebook post was 2007
I don't even know how you know these things.
because I remember
You
like
care more than I do.
when it goes back to like memories, it
Yeah.
never is further than 2007.
Oh, for me, it's
Yeah.
most of mine are 10 years ago. The oldest ones I see are 10 years ago.
Which is
so
2010.
hypothetically, it's 2010.
Makes you feel old.
Yes.
But Facebook, it's funny that it grew in popularity because it was vastly different from MySpace with like the customability
Oh.
and like there was no top 8 when it first started.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why people were just tired of it. Like MySpace felt messy.
Yeah.
Like when you looked at it, you were just kind of like, man, there's too much going on. Like it's too colorful, too much music. I can't
I'm
even
having
follow
a
this
hard
person.
time even like picturing MySpace in my mind.
That has 3 little people overshadowed on one another was the logo.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
No, I mean like the page layout. I don't
Of what it
even-
was? It was like your profile in the top left, and then on the right side,
was like posts, and then there was bulletins. I remember there were like bulletins, and that was like.
it's
people
what we
would
knew as
actually
a
post,
feed
like,
now.
Essentially.
But you're right. Yeah, but you could scroll through like people's comments basically on your
Could you?
wall. Was it called your wall, or was that a Facebook term?
I
That's a Facebook
genuinely don't
thing.
remember.
Because I remember that commercial where it's just like, I unfriend you. You remember that commercial with the lady? She's
Nope.
like, you're on my wall. And then it has all these pictures. And then she like takes one down. She goes, I unfriend you. And she's like, that's not how any of this works. She was like in the real world.
Oh,
The-
was that the two old? Is that where the
Yes.
meme came from? Oh, I just know
No.
the meme. Oh,
Oh, maybe it's where the meme came from.
the
but
two old
that's
ladies like that's not how any of this works.
yeah. She's basically like, I unfriend you because she didn't like what she was talking about. But it was like a stab at Facebook. But it used to be called the wall. It was your wall before it was your feed. Do you remember that? Like you
No.
post to your wall.
No, I
Or at
don't.
least you could choose your wall. So MySpace was kind of like that. It had like a wall that was basically just shit like posted onto your profile. And you couldn't censor stuff very well. So really, there could be a bunch of like dick pics or something on your
Oh,
feed or whatever, and you'd be like, "Oh dear." Yeah.
I just remember it took me
'cause-
forever to figure out how to
yeah.
get the White Stripes to play, and then I was like, I'm done here. Like, I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah, there was. I don't know. It's either a lot of my friends were disappearing and not putting content up, which made me move away
Yeah.
from it because I don't
So
remember.
Jeff said goodbye, MySpace.
You moved on to someone else.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like a scenario where I was just like, MySpace. None of you make sense anymore.
I just
like,
was not in
Facebook's
anybody's
my new
top
gal.
8 for so long. I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, once I saw that I wasn't a top 8 for anyone anymore, I'm like, I'll go be a top 8 somewhere
I'm
else.
out of here.
Yeah, but Facebook was really interesting in its infancy too, even before, when MySpace was getting popular, Facebook was still garnering its base, right? Like from a
yeah.
college level, because I thought that I don't know if they started the same time, but they weren't that far off, maybe a couple years. But Facebook wasn't huge until,
Until people started posting despicable me memes.
yeah.
I don't know. I was late to the game on a lot of social media stuff because I just don't care. So
I feel way late to the game because you guys just talked about 4 or 5 things before this that I've never heard of.
Ashley's got
So
something.
MySpace started in 2003.
That's when I started it.
Facebook started in 2004.
Okay,
But of
see,
course, Facebook was college students only, so
For
it
how-
didn't become
yeah.
public, I think, until like 2005 or 6.
so okay, so you would have had like a good 2-year run where it's like all the public can join.
Because I remember when I was like, oh, yes, I'm in college, I can get on Facebook. And then, like, within the year, it became public. And I'm like, I waited all this time.
So
Now
wait,
anyone can do it.
so now, from a social media standpoint, you had your MySpace, you had your Facebook. I feel like most people have moved to Instagram that
Yeah.
are my age, that actually post on Instagram for
Yeah.
pictures and kind of general lifestyle
Well, because
stuff.
what's on Facebook now? People trying to sell you leggings and shitty makeup, and then
and
like weird family members who
and-
are racist and or politically insane.
yes, that's basically
Like,
it. Every post is freaking politically charged.
or a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah, every single thing that you click on is like a sponsored ad.
I don't care anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, it kind of kills you. It's funny because my boss, like, he'll send me stuff, like, of just ads that get sent to him on a daily basis for things he doesn't want to look at.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's basically what Facebook has turned
It's
into.
targeted ads.
It's annoying. So, Instagram will have its day too, where people get tired of sharing
I already see ads on. I see ads
their
all the time on this.
daily life thing. So
Yeah.
the next one, arguably, I'm assuming, was Snapchat, but then they changed what it did.
Snapchat's for young people.
Well, yes, but I don't use it.
We're
at
not
all.
young.
But I know of it, which is nice. Like I don't feel
I'm
outdated.
aware that it exists.
But Snapchat changed the format. So Snapchat was basically like, you can send me any picture you want, and then it only stays up for
Yeah, so
24
now,
hours and
now
disappears.
Instagram and Facebook have taken over the story thing.
Yes.
Yes.
But the problem is that you can go back now on Snapchat and review somebody's.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, because I thought you could, or you could save it or something like that.
You
'Cause-
can screenshot it, but it tells them you screenshot
You've always been able
Oh.
to screenshot it and it tells them. But now, as
That's
someone,
so
who's,
awkward.
someone who's posting,
Yeah.
you can choose to have it viewable for longer. It used to be that it was only would show up
Just
for
24
10
hours,
seconds.
oh,
and
that's
then
what it is,
it's gone
yeah.
for 24 or it's there for 24 hours,
Oh.
and then it's gone.
And then it's gone.
yeah, which it's still gone after 24 hours, but now you can allow them to view it for
Right.
longer.
So that's why you had this culture of kids sending each other nudes.
Oh, totally.
Because it would disappear, and they're like, "Haha, no
Dude,
one
if
will
you
ever
were
see it again."
18 and,
I
like,
would,
you could
yeah,
send-
right.
of course you
You'd be
would.
like, "Use my butt." Yeah,
Like-
it's just. But it seems so surface level, right? Like I don't feel like
Yeah, I don't know.
with Facebook and MySpace, at least it was like a profile and a bio about you.
Yeah.
Where even Instagram, you get a bio, but it's only like
You only have X amount of characters.
it's like 50 or two. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's like 200.
Because even like on our
But-
our real
Yeah.
awkward Instagram, I'm like, I want to say more things, but like I only have so many characters.
Yeah, it's like I like long walks on the beach, and then there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you're done.
That's your Instagram bio.
But I even feel like Snapchat has now been around for
Couple years.
2011.
so
Damn,
9 years.
Really?
So there's got to be a new one, and what I think it is right now is TikTok.
TikTok is Vine.
Yeah, but it's turned into like a social sharing platform for a
Oh,
lot of stuff, and you can go on. TikTok has ridiculous amounts of ads and promotional things for celebrities and
Oh, really?
whatever. Yeah,
but
then
I've never actually been on TikTok.
Yeah.
I just see things that people share from TikTok onto Instagram.
right.
That's the only thing I know.
Well, the entire time we're forgetting that YouTube existed
Sure.
during this entire time, but it was like anybody could post.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everybody was pretty much like in the corner of their house with a crappy camera, and now it's became a lot larger from a production scale,
Sure.
shows, those types of things.
Yeah.
But then it had its own rival of Twitch.
Twitch is still around.
No, I'm saying like Twitch is like
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
it's
the
different
only
content. Twitch
competitor.
is like live
it's streaming, live streaming. Mhm.
where
Yep.
YouTube now does have live.
It does have live
But
streaming.
like I actually have enjoyed some of the YouTube premium content.
yeah.
I like Escape the Night. It's like a escape room thing with like Joey Graceffa.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a bunch of other YouTubers, but
Yeah.
they do escape room stuff.
well, yeah, and the big YouTubers were all part of YouTube Red for a while, whatever that was. It was like a special.
YouTube Red is paid content. On
Yeah,
YouTube.
but it was like produced television shows
Yes,
with a
that's-
budget.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Is that
So,
the same thing as YouTube
well,
Premium though?
I think the one I saw was like it was like a premium.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm using wrong verbiage.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I know that the Escape the Night series, because I've watched them all, it's like if you have YouTube Red,
then
you
you
can
get
watch that.
into this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Rhett and Link do Buddy System, and it was the same idea.
Yeah.
I know other content creators do
Yeah,
stuff
any
too.
of these content creators that are in like the 10 million subs,
Oh.
they all like have these exclusive deals
Of course, why not?
with YouTube.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then because Markiplier and was PewDiePie in it too?
I have no idea.
Because PewDiePie, I thought he was
Are you
big on
talking about
YouTube.
the YouTube Rewind?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking. No. I'm saying that like all of these creators, especially gaming creators, for some reason, had their own stuff.
Yeah.
Who was the blonde guy?
PewDiePie's a blonde.
No.
guy.
There was a guy. He got in trouble for doing YouTube video because he went to Japan to the suicide forest and he recorded
There's two brothers. They're douchebags.
the douche brothers.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
There you go.
They're
And
the worst
Logan,
people.
well, Logan Paul, I don't see content from him anymore, but he's like doing like boxing matches with other YouTubers
They're
and
weird.
stuff. And then Jake Paul, like you would get like some content sent to you every now and again, but I don't ever see that stuff.
I don't follow any of them. I
So
just
well,
know
that's
who
what
they
I'm
are.
wondering is like maybe just the algorithm has like cleared them out now,
I'm
like
sorry,
they're
if
not as
you
popular.
Go, if
I
you
don't
go
know.
Film
Yeah,
if you go film like dead bodies and put it on the internet,
yeah.
you're not allowed to be with people anymore.
That's
Like,
yeah.
you're
there-
not allowed.
Yeah, you get.
in the population.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. We're gonna
Like,
take away your people card.
You're a bad person
at this
Like,
point. Well, I didn't mean to go on the rant of YouTube, but I'm just saying, like from social media standpoint, like where do you go from here? Like what's more immersive or
Well, truly-
less immersive? Like is a bubble gonna pop? And everyone's just like, I'm so tired of all of this. It's been close to 15 years of social media in your face,
I don't think so.
and the only way you communicate with anybody is this way.
I promise you, nothing's happening on your new phone watch.
Oh,
I promise
Oh
you.
no, I'm good.
You've checked it like 5 times.
It's not the phone. It catches my hairs, and I'm looking to see.
Oh. You got someplace better to be? Who is she?
I do another podcast.
There's something I've been meaning to tell you. No, truth. I think the thing that, I think that since our news cycle is a 24-hour news cycle now, everybody has everything in their pocket at all times. I think that it's never going to go away. I think there's going to be some new thing, or these websites are going to constantly change. I think that the one thing that I've been seeing more of, though, is like Escape the Night, where it's these people doing like riddles and challenges and stuff, and it's like kind of like escape roomy stuff. But because I think somebody wants to see somebody else solve a challenge. Like,
So is it technically reality TV though?
I think so. I think that's
Just
where
in a different. But is it live streamed?
I don't know.
Okay, so do you remember? This is totally. It's on topic, but it's off of social media. Do you remember the show where they would go into these haunted places on MTV, and it would be like challenges. Like you would have to go into like the bottom of the basement of the hotel or of the mansion, and then there was a camera that was on them while they did it. It was like an MTV series. There'd be like a group of like 5 or 6 people, and they would have to go do challenges, and the last one left won money.
Are you talking about Murder in Small Town X?
No.
Okay.
Fear.
I never watched that.
You didn't
I
watch
need
Fear?
to. I know. I'm literally
Oh,
like, what is
man.
this show and how did I miss it?
Oh man, it was so cool. So
Can I see like? Do you have a picture of like the title card or
Yeah.
something of the show?
so Fear. So there would be like 5 or 6, and it normally would be like
dummies.
yeah, but it would normally be like
I never
young.
saw that, but I hate MTV, so I can't.
It would normally be like young kids.
Sure.
I say
the
kids,
people
but
who are like on Nick,
mid
like,
20s, mid 20s,
Yeah,
young
MTV.
20s, 3 girls, 3 guys, or
Sure.
whatever, right? And they would have to go do these freaky
And
things.
you're all
where it'd
like,
be
bodybuilder.
yeah, and you would you would go into this room and you'd walk in and there would just be a Ouija board, and then it
Oh,
would be
shit.
like yeah, right.
And it's in like night vision.
It's night
Oh my
night vision,
God.
and it would be like you must stay in there for 45 minutes, and you have to ask 7 questions.
Oh my
or
God, I
something
gotta
like
find
that.
Like
this.
blindfold you or something.
Yeah,
I gotta
and
find
then,
it.
And then,
I gotta
dude,
find it.
and then they would, and I don't know how highly produced this was, right? I don't know if there was
probably
anyone down
not at all.
there throwing like wood planks across
Oh
the
my
room or
God!
something.
Could you imagine just being those people? It would be
But
so
you
hard
would-
not to laugh. Just
Yeah.
Like, hey, watch this
Did
one.
they, did they ever go to the state asylum?
In Washington?
Yeah,
I think the whole place is condemned. I don't know if you
no,
can go in
because
there. I know Ghost Hunters. went
Ghost
there.
Hunters went
but like
there
12
Yeah.
years ago. They went
Yeah,
there.
it's been a while.
No, obviously no. I've never seen that. I'm upset with myself that I missed it.
Dude, the
but
Fear
I
thing-
don't watch MTV. But there used to be the show. Let me
I
reiterate.
watched it when there was
Um,
music.
Yeah, I did. So there used to be this show a long time ago called Murder in Small Town X.
Okay.
Where it was on Fox, and basically it was a game show, and it was this group of people, and they were brought to this town under the guise that like there is a murder on the loose and you need to solve the murder. And so every week
Oh.
there would be challenges.
Yeah.
Typical game show.
Right.
They'd be challenges that they would all have to solve, and then 2 people would be up for elimination, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
Those 2 people would have the night vision camera strapped to them,
Yep.
and each one would have to go to a different location and potentially recover a clue from the killer. Well, one person would recover a
Oh.
clue, the other person would get killed.
Okay. Okay.
And so basically, like each week, you'd see like some like not it's TV, so like somebody in town would get murdered,
Yeah.
and they would have to investigate it or they'd solve crimes. But then every episode, one of the cast members they'd get eliminated by they'd be murdered. They'd be the
So
next
it's a
victim.
so it's a murder mystery.
Yes, it
Like,
was awesome.
Yeah, just a murder mystery ongoing weekly.
Yes, it was awesome.
That is really cool.
But it was like it was kind of like it worked that it was a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to figure out who done it along with these people.
right.
And it was actually really cool. And then at the end, like, you see like the killer's house or whatever, and there's like dead bodies. He has them like all arranged as like a tea party, and it's like
That's creepy.
This is creepy for a like network TV
yeah,
show.
that's creepy
Um,
and awesome.
but the show was
Sounds
never.
awesome.
I don't know why the show was never done again. But the winner died in 9/11 because he was a firefighter in New York City.
Oh wow.
So I can only imagine that didn't help as
So
to
this
why
is
they never did it
10
again.
years ago.
Oh, this is an old show.
Yeah. Wow.
If I know you can find the episodes on YouTube,
Yeah.
do it.
So,
It's so cool.
producer, you were just searching some stuff. What did you find? Were you looking at anything?
Fear did not go to Northern State. If that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I wanted to find out was Northern
They
State.
only had
so,
2 seasons.
yeah, where Amanda and I are, if you're listening, where Amanda and I are, there is a creepy state-ran hospital that is now
Psychiatric hospital.
that is shut down.
It's
It's been for a long time.
I believe it's condemned, but I don't know.
But when we were growing up, there would be
You
like
lived closer to it
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time.
When we were growing up, there would be like friends that would get together and they'd be like, "Do you want to break in? Do you want to
No
go
way.
in?"
Did you ever go in?
No way, man. That was not
Will
my
you
thing.
tell me off camera if you actually went?
I did not go in. I did go.
I would have.
I did
Not
go
at night.
further east into like the creepy grain. I forget what it's called. There was like some other area
Yeah.
east of there that was also haunted. I did go into that one. That was freaky as hell. But no, I never did. I never did that.
I was just talking to your friend Casey about it because she went there.
She went to
And
Northern
she
State.
was on a podcast that her friend does, which I wish
Oh.
I remember the name of it because
Yeah.
I would call it out right now, but I don't. But she said that she went in there and some of the areas it was literally like they dropped everything and just left.
No.
Wow.
Like there was still all of like the beds and like doctor's equipment and
wanna go
like everything.
No, man. That something's gonna follow you home.
to go. scary.
Something will follow you home.
So also up north,
Yeah.
is where they shot a lot of the footage of The Ring. And you
they
can
shot
still
it in,
find the well.
I thought they shot it in Forks.
I thought it
like
was
the
in,
same
I
thing
thought
in
it was
Twilight.
like Mount Vernon, Cedar
Oh no!
Lily.
You know what? No. It was Friday Harbor, right?
Was it?
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
on
know.
one of them. So if you guys didn't know, Amanda and I live in Washington, and there is some really freaky ass places. But you're right.
Mm.
You're right. There was the Ring was shot in Washington, and there was like a creepy cliff cabin and some other
You
stuff.
can find the tree and the well.
Yeah.
Where did you pull it up, Ashley?
Yeah, it says that it was filmed in L.A., Newport, Oregon, Monroe, Oak Harbor, Seattle, and Stanwood.
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 That was my buddy lived near where the well
Yeah.
was, and it was Stanwood.
Dude, I want to know.
We
where
should go,
that-
it's not
I wanna
far.
know where that well is, because if Samantha comes out of that thing,
Samara.
sorry, Samara. She's gonna be mad. I said her name
I'm
wrong.
scared. The Ring is so scary.
She during Halloween, my mom does the Ring.
Your mom does legit Halloween
yeah,
setup.
she's the crazy Halloween lady in Woolley, and she
I
basically.
wasn't gonna say where you live. but
No,
okay.
no, it's fine because she would love it if you went and checked out her crazy Halloween house. But she'd do the Ring setup, and then we did a strobe light,
Oh,
and then
hell no.
had an actor from the well come up and chase people down the driveway when they came for Halloween, and it was so awesome. I remember I was such a badass.
That sounds so scary.
That's such a badass Halloween. But I remember those movies, especially like horror movies.
Yeah.
Like some got you, and I remember The Ring getting a lot of people.
Oh, man,
And which is funny if you watch it now, the guys just turn around, they're just like waterlogged in green, and it's not as scary now.
Okay, I've said that. I think I've said this before.
We're just like,
I know. I've said this before, but like I've seen The Ring one time.
Oh, really?
I've told you this whole story.
Oh, please tell it again for our audience.
It's literally on another video.
Okay.
No, I watched it once. It freaked me the fuck out.
7.
But I think I was also like the perfect age. It was
for it to
perfect.
get you?
It got
Yeah.
me. And there was a lady sitting right behind me, and anytime anything scary would happen, she would like kick the back of my chair.
And jump.
So like anytime there was something slightly terrifying, like jump scare, it was like.
Oh,
And
that's
so
annoying.
I was like, and so that freaked me out.
Yeah.
But now the movie's been so parodied and stuff that I'm sure I'd be fine.
they
But I am still a
Yeah.
little too chicken to watch it. But but
now we got to do it. Now we got
I
to
know
watch it
now
again.
I have to just like suck it up.
You'll probably watch it and be like,
Well,
really?
I
was
like,
scared of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been what 10 years since I've seen it. Like I'm probably fine.
No, The Ring came out in like 2003.
No, for real. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time.
17 years. 2002.
Damn.
18 years.
All right, I'm
yeah. Yeah.
But no, where I grew up, there was this place called Spook Woods, and like, that was like, I dare you go to Spook Woods alone, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna die, and
Gonna
so
die.
like you'd go in alone, and like the rule was like you're not allowed to like fake anybody out.
Okay. Okay.
It's like
yeah.
this is real,
Just let them do their thing and get
and
freaked out.
just
if
because
they
it
do-
was
yeah.
like woods and scary at night, and
Yeah.
animals live there, like it was always
Yeah.
scary.
No,
But homeless people lived in there.
no, we had some.
That was scarier.
We had some creepy instances at our house. Like, did
In
you
your
ever?
mom's house?
Yeah. Like we've actually had.
You think your mom's house is haunted?
I know it is.
Uh-uh.
I'm not messing around. I know
Linda,
it is.
I'm coming over.
Yeah. No. And this actually. This actually brings her to tears sometimes when she talks to me about
Nuh-uh.
it because it shakes her to the core so hard. So
What?
she has had many instances where things have sat on the bed, where she has like felt like tied down or trapped down, like on a bed or something like that,
Did
right?
this all happen in her room while she was asleep?
Yes, it all.
Does your mom have sleep paralysis?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because
Just
she's had
saying.
she's had sleep tests and stuff too. So, but that's not the only thing, right?
Okay.
She's actually woke up in the living room before, and across the room was a bunch of people standing, all staring at her, all in about like 1910, 1920s outfits,
That's
waiting for a train. So
okay.
so she's kind of talking to me about this thing, right? And I don't believe whatever. She's like kind of giving me like details of this
Yeah.
vivid dream and stuff like that. And I go into our local pizza shop, and they had like a bunch of historic pictures on the wall.
Yeah.
And like on the wall is exactly what she described, where like these older people waiting for a train, like in this entire line. So two things: either
Your mom goes to that pizza shop.
either my mom loved that pizza shop. But that's not the only thing. Me and my sister, we've had pictures fly off the wall before. We would have, there would be things moved like in the house, and you like were the only one there.
Yeah.
So there was some really crazy stuff. And I know my dad has felt some things, but not as much. But my mom definitely. But all of her sisters, same thing. Like they have like little things that have happened.
They have the
to
shine?
them. Basically, yeah.
And your grandma.
And my grandma. My grandma has actually had, she says 5 or 6 visited her and actually like talked to her, and she's like begging them to go away.
That's creepy. That like, please leave me alone.
She's like,
That's
leave me
creepy.
alone. And they're just standing in the corner staring at her. And she's like, please go. Please go. I'm getting like
I hate
goosebumps
that.
right now. And she will just be like, yeah. And my grandma, though, I love you, Grandma. And I'm sorry I'm telling everyone this. She like, when
You
she's,
don't have to tell
when
me.
Grammy sleeps,
Yeah.
Grammy goes,
So there's a demon.
yeah,
in there?
Ash has been in the room with her before, and you can hear it. So I don't know what's going on
There's
there.
a demon in there.
But yeah, but it's some crazy stuff. So yeah, let's just say the family is in touch
Grammy-
with the
Grammy needs
other
an
world.
exorcist.
So it's been. I remember my sister was like, "I don't want to sleep in
I
that room
wouldn't
anymore."
want to.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, and it's funny. So out of all of the, like, I've experienced the picture thing
Yeah.
and a couple other things, but never enough to like.
Be like, ghosts are real.
Yes.
Got it.
So I'm still in that phase where I'm like, I have never felt where I'm like undeniable.
Yeah.
I know.
I.
How long? All right.
That's okay. Sorry. We had a weird pause.
Listen
Um,
to audio, please.
So, there have only been 2. I guess we're talking about ghosts this time. There have only ever been 2 times that I've ever been like, "What would like?"
Yeah.
So, our first house, we would get mail for this person, and our house kind of was in probate for a while because the person who originally owned it died,
Okay.
and then we always joked that like. I don't want to say the person's name, but like that they, anytime anything would happen, it's a ghost.
Oh yeah.
It's a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess you could say 3 things. So one day, John and I were each like he was in his office and I was in the living room, and in the room that was going to be Lincoln's nursery, like up on a high shelf was like a whole thing of Legos.
Yeah.
And then I don't put anything up like haphazardly.
Yeah.
Like it was up because
Yeah.
in my mind, there's 1,000 Legos in here.
Right.
So it was like
Yeah.
put away.
It's up there.
So him and I are each doing our own thing, and all of a sudden, I hear this crash, and this whole bin of Legos is all over the floor.
Oh, creepy.
And I was like,
You're like,
did
how?
that- How did that
How?
happen? John's
Yeah.
like, we must not have put it away correctly. And I was like, yes, we did. So that was weird.
Yeah.
And then another time, without going into too much detail, one time I had some pretty serious medical stuff happening,
yeah.
and I didn't know. And then I was going to go to bed, and I dropped to the floor, and then we ended up having to call an aid car where we found out more things were happening. But I always joked that like, well, the ghost kicked my ass to the ground because if I had made it to the bed, I might not have woken up.
Yeah.
But that's a really long story. But that's a really short version
Yeah.
of a really long story.
Yeah.
But I was always
That's
just
still-
like, thanks, ghost. Like,
Well, we the ghost that we had, we actually named him because we
Yeah.
remember some things that happened. We called him Sam, And my buddy came over. I was like, I don't know, 16 or whatever. And we're joking around. We're like, yeah. It's haunted. It's Sam. We were like, hey, Sam, do you want to go over to my friend Dave's house? And he's like, shut up, man.
No,
like,
Sam.
Don't do that. And then literally, like, he tells me the next day, and it could have been in his head.
Yeah.
But he's like, the next day, he's like, dude, my window got opened last night. And it was like one of those hard wood
Sam's in your house.
frame. And like, you have to grab it and pull it up. And Dave woke up and the window had been up. Yeah. And I remember he was just like, can you please take him back? Because he came over.
The only other weird thing that ever happened was so my dad, his family, like they got drama. And my grandma had passed away and I didn't know that there was all this drama. I knew some of it. But so I had a dream about my grandma and she basically was like, tell your dad I'm not upset that he didn't get the family back together. And I was like, I remember the dream.
Yeah.
And she's just like, tell him I know he did everything he could and it's not his fault. And I remember, like, who remembers their dreams that vividly?
Yeah,
like,
that's really
I remember that
strange.
dream.
Yeah.
And it was weird. And especially, like, at the end of my grandma's life, like, she wasn't...
Oh, I'd love to get into dreams one day because I've had some
Oh,
messed up dreams.
She wasn't... She
Yeah.
just wasn't doing great, you
Yeah,
know? And
sure,
she was
sure.
doing really great. And I felt like I needed to tell my dad.
Yeah.
So I told my dad, and he got a little emotional. And, like, so my mom was like, do you know? And I guess, like, that was what my grandma had asked him, like, put the family back together.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like, put the family back
So
together.
somehow you got...
And so-
you know about this conversation they had in private, most
I
likely.
guess. And I was just kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like, oh.
Well,
And-
I'm curious to know, anybody who's listening, if you've had...
Have you met any ghosts?
Yeah. Have you,
Ashley,
like-
did you have any ghost experiences
No,
ever?
nothing.
You got no ghosts?
No.
Not even close. Like,
It's-
not even
it's like
something
I-
that might have happened.
I
Yeah.
believe they're there,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never had an experience, and I think maybe I'm not open enough to it or whatever.
Right,
But I also
right.
don't want to.
I was
see
gonna be
anything.
like, do you
please
want
stay
a
away.
ghost?
But she's also the same
Yeah.
person that, like, watches Long Island Medium religiously. So I'm surprised,
That's
like...
Yeah, but you
different.
won't. Yeah, that's entertainment
But don't
only.
put a ghost show on at 9:00 at night.
She
Mm-mm.
won't watch it. Like, so Netflix has a show
Oh.
called Haunted.
Oh, those are creepy.
And I'll throw it up, and they do reenactments of these
Oh,
people
yeah.
having these terrible hauntings.
Oh, yeah.
And Ash is like, nope, turn it off.
I won't sleep.
And there's
Oh.
specific, well, same thing, hauntings or like horror movies.
I know you don't
that-
like exorcism.
exorcism.
Stuff.
She can't handle exorcism stuff or stuff with demons. Like that's like
I'm sorry.
that
like,
weirds her out.
I was going through horror movies the other day. There's a movie called The Last Exorcism.
Yeah.
It has a sequel. How can a movie called The Last Exorcism have a sequel?
The second to last exorcism.
The Last Exorcism.
You sure it wasn't
again?
You sure it wasn't a prequel?
No, it was a sequel. Like how? Like I thought it was the last one.
Oh no, that's crazy. That's funny.
Stupid. So have you had any ghost experiences? Let us know.
Yeah, I would. I'm generally interested. Like, if you guys are watching on YouTube, comment below.
Yeah.
Comment below and tell us. Don't send me any pictures. I don't want to see pictures of ghosts.
Oh, I want to see pictures of ghosts.
I've
Send them
seen
to me.
pictures of ghosts before, and it's always like, actually, there are some videos that get me. So, online.
My favorite are like, it's an orb. It's a ghost.
No,
Like, no, bitch, that's
yeah.
a bug.
No, it's the ones where you're watching it intensely because it's like really far away in security camera.
Yeah.
And like it's like you can see there's just like a single chair or something like that, and you're like, it's gonna move. It's gonna move. And then some asshole jumps in front of the camera
I
like
love
while you're
those.
like intently waiting on it. Those are the ones that
You're
have
like,
always been like,
"Ah!"
you son of a bitch.
Those are the best.
Yeah. That stuff's always gotten me. But
Those
no,
are the
if you
best.
go on YouTube and you just type in like
Ghosts.
hauntings caught on video, that stuff gives you the willies
well, the ones
to
I always
like
had a hard
see
time
things
with.
moving and
Yeah, the ones I always had a hard time with was like stuff like Ghost Adventures, where they hear like a tiny like on the like
Yeah,
on
and
the
then-
audio,
and then they change the
play
audio,
it
and
like
it's like,
3 times.
he just said, I beat you at Monopoly.
Right.
I mean, you know.
Like he just said, "Huh, what was that?" And they're just like they
Yeah.
play it 3 times and then put the transcribe of what they think it was at the
Uh-huh.
bottom.
And then your mind
You're
just
like,
like,
"Oh, they did."
was
say
it
that."
Laurel or Yanny?
Oh God, Laurel.
Yanny.
Yanny.
Laurel.
God.
Yanny. I've played this for people,
Did it.
and they still haven't heard both. Have you heard
I
both?
can hear both.
See, I've heard both.
Yeah.
But now all I hear is Laurel. I used to be able to hear Yanny, and now I can't.
It depends on what you play it on.
I guess, yeah.
Oh,
if you,
really?
If you play it on a phone as opposed to like
Yeah.
a computer.
Yeah, like the
It's
frequency.
different
Oh, really?
frequencies. Yeah.
If
So-
I listen
Yeah.
for Laurel, I can hear Laurel, and if I listen for Yanny,
you
I can hear Yanny.
I played it for some coworkers, and most of them were just like, I just hear Laurel. And I was like, nobody hears Yanny. And
You're
then
like,
I had
"It's Yanny!"
and then I had another associate come as we were all listening to it. And he's like, "What's Yanny?"
I feel like once you hear Yanny, that's like all you can.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear. It was the same thing with the black dress, gold dress thing.
Yeah.
I saw both, but now I can only see the black
I
and
only
blue
saw
now.
black and blue.
That's all I can see now.
But then I saw like, it was a different background made it look white and gold, and then I was like, oh, I get it. Like,
Can you see a magic eye? Can you do
oh
that?
hell yeah, those were the best.
Ash can't do them.
Yes, I can.
Oh, I thought you had trouble doing them.
What are you
No.
retarded?
I gotta beep that out. It's 2020. You're not allowed to say that
Whatever.
word.
Like I just love like Ash can't do them.
No, I thought you couldn't. I thought you were the person that was like,
No, you start here
No.
and you pull them away.
maybe it's Jen. Is Jen the one
I
who
think
can't
it's
do it?
Jen.
My sis.
She can comment if we're wrong.
Yeah, Jen. If
Jen, can you do a magic eye?
If you're listening or watch this, I
Andy's gonna
forgot.
call you out if you can't.
I don't think she can.
Well, he's gonna call you out whether you can or can't.
Magic Eye Challenge. Just start a challenge. You know, how everybody does Ice Bucket Challenge, whatever.
Sure.
Magic Eye Challenge.
So go to Toys R Us, buy a Magic Eye book because that's where I bought mine.
Do you think there's a lot of people that
There
don't
is no
know what
Toys R
that
Us.
is right
I know
now?
that's the point.
If you're 17 years old, you're listening to our podcast
Comment
right
if you
now.
don't know what a Magic Eye
do you
is,
not know
and
what
then
a
like
Magic
go
Eye
to
is?
bed because you're 5. Like,
Get the hell off of this podcast. It's bedtime.
no, I used to have like 6. I had Magic Eye books, and then I had Search and Find books. Those
yeah,
were like
those are
the
great.
jam.
Those are good books too.
And then I used
And
to have
Where's
like
Waldo?
I had a bath. I was about to say I used to have
Yeah.
bathroom book. Where's Waldo?
Bathroom book? Oh, you mean like it was like
It was the book you can look at in my bathroom.
yeah, it's like foam and
But no, it's huge. It's
Oh,
a super
oh, I
thick
see what you
Where's
mean,
Waldo
yeah.
book
that's just gross to me when you have a book.
covered in poop.
Yeah,
That's
that
for Where's
everyone's
Waldo?
red. Like, but if you think about it, you do it right. So you
Nobody
sh-
actually looks at the book
you should no. If you
because
did
everybody
it-
looks at their phone.
No, if you do it right, you should sit on the pot, do your business,
Yeah.
right? But before you're done, or you even get to the finishing up part, you should have put the book away.
Yes.
Anybody that wipes and then picks the book up and starts reading
What
it,
else do you have to do in the bathroom? I just mean like if you're going to wipe and then look at the book,
No, I'm
you're just
saying,
wasting
when
time.
You, when you have a bathroom book,
No, I hear you. I know.
right? It's like it doesn't seem very hygienic. But
No.
if everybody was doing it right, they sit down before they've done anything,
Yeah.
right? And
Peruse the book.
they're picking up the book, and then before you take care of your business or wash your hands or whatever, then you put the book away. But the people that continue to do their
Yes.
business and read your book, those are gross people.
I would hope that you would
Never
put the
come to
book
my
away.
house if you're the person that reads my book after you go poo.
You have a guest book in your bathroom.
Yeah, but do people sign it?
I would sign
After?
it after I wash my hands. I would sign it.
Yeah, but there's people that sign it while they're sitting there.
I suppose.
Who are
And-
these people? Because I'm pretty sure there's one signature. on it.
And it's not
and
mine.
it's John.
Oh, I bet it was John.
Those were really popular. I'm surprised we still have it because people did it a lot like 8 years ago, but now it's not a thing. There's also the John toilet. What are they called? They're like a John reader or something like that. It's basically like a bunch of goofy facts
Oh,
for a bathroom reader.
I used to have a book of like David Letterman's top 10 lists.
That's an interesting one.
It was this book I got at the book fair like 20
Scholastic?
years. Yes,
That's the
I got it at the book fair
Scholastic.
so
That's the
long
best.
ago,
That's the
and
best.
I bet the jokes would be totally different to me now because
Yeah.
I'd actually understand them. But I loved that book. I still have it somewhere.
Scholastic. Like that was my introduction
Can I
into
have a-
dinosaurs.
Can I go to a book fair already?
That was
I
my
love book
that
fairs.
was my introduction into
They still have them.
X-Men and like comics. Like that's my first one. I actually did an Instagram post holding my first Scholastic book. It's an X-Men one. It's really torn up because I loved it. I
Scholastic
learned
makes me
about
think of Magic School Bus
Wolverine.
and Arthur and Clifford.
Okay.
I was younger than you.
Yeah.
And like Bailey School
enough.
Kids. I read all those.
Magic School Bus. Did you say that?
Yeah.
I love the Magic School Bus.
I still love
to
the
this
Magic School
day.
Bus.
What's her name? The
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle's crazy. By the way,
She's awesome.
she took those kids through some really parallel.
Oh, and no one signed a
perilous
permission
stuff.
slip.
No, not at all. Those kids are going into outer space.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got spacesuits on. They're just in a bus.
Well, then Arnold lifts his helmet off.
They
He
don't
would be
care.
dead.
You see him like Total Recall.
Oh,
He,
God.
like,
Instead,
And
he's
then
just
and
like,
then the
I'll
show-
get back on the
and
bus.
the show just ends. Miss Frizzle's like, time to go. And they just leave his like floating body out there.
What
I mean,
about
Sarah-
Arnold? Leave Arnold behind.
Leave him alone. We don't have time. Yeah, friggin'. I'm sorry. This episode went all over the place. Guys.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Don't forget, comment on it. Amanda, where can people find us?
Instagram, Real Awkward on Instagram.
Instagram, Real Awkward on Instagram. You can also find our MySpace page.
I'm not gonna do that.
If you find a MySpace page that's Real Awkward, that would be
It'll be
legit.
news to me.
That'd be legit.
Also on Spotify.
Yes, listen to us on Spotify.
And then where can they find you?
You can find me at Pac-Man Case for YouTube, Vigias, and that's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right. Well,
And
thanks for
Insta.
listening to us talk about ghosts for a while.
Yeah, boo. That-
All right.
all right.
That's all then.
As always.
Goodbye.
Bye.